A- Action. All right, so we got a question the other day from a new supporter. He asked me, sorry for the loud noise around here. Damn, she was hot. He asked me, how I aim to be. He asked me a couple questions, but one of the main questions he asked me that I really was intrigued in answering for you guys in a vlog was, I aim to be less socially awkward around crushes. How do I go about doing this? And he went, well, how he wanted to go about it was NoFap. And I told him, NoFap isn't going to stop your social awkwardness. It could, but it could not. And to me, social awkwardness comes from an emotional level. So, and mental level as well, right? And, well, really comes from all three, if I'm being honest. But you gotta recognize that from an emotional level, not from the standpoint of because you jerk off, you're awkward. That's not the case. But, it may very well change for you and you may become less awkward. There is potential situation for that, but I just don't see that being the case. Now, what I do see being the case is this. This is how I would approach being social awkward. You know how I'm going to approach it? Because I've been in this situation before. I know what it's like to be socially awkward around women. It still happens to me this day. To this day, I still get very socially awkward around women. And you know what I realized at a certain point? Is that my biggest mistake was trying to not be socially awkward. My mistake was trying to be anything except awkward. I know that sounds weird, right? Because a lot of us were very used to, be confident. You got to be confident. You got to put on that alpha male persona. I don't really go with that bullshit. But you know what I mean? Like, in general, smart fucking sense here. Women admire confidence. That's a hands down. That's what they want in them. They want to see a confident male. And if you're not a confident male, then how the fuck are they going to be down with you? Shit, there was a kid there when I cursed. So, that's number one. But here's the thing. This idea of confidence has come down to this. The reason why you need to allow yourself to be socially awkward around women... Hold on, I'm going too fast. I skipped forward way too fast there. Hold on. I want to hit this on you like perfect, so that's why I'm like kind of trying to pace this right. So let me take a couple steps back here. Okay. The thing that you need to understand is that you need to stop trying to not be awkward. I understand the confidence thing. I'm going to get to that. I understand that you recognize as a male, you need to be confident for a woman to be attracted to you. That's said and done. With that said and done now, as a man, you are going to have reactions. You will react to every person. You will react to females different. I'll tell you right now, man. When that woman passed by me earlier and I was like, damn, she's hot. Imagine if we talked. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna respond in that moment. I could be nervous as fucking hell. Shaking. Now, I've broken that ice a bit because I've actively gone out and thrown myself in the heat of the flame, so I'm a little more used to it. But there was a time, like, you know how I just said I was at the post office earlier? When I was at the post office earlier, right? There was a woman there. She's usually there a lot for a lot of my eBay deliveries, right? And around this time. And what tends to happen is that I get so fucking nervous around her, bro. Like, no joke. Like, the first time I saw her, I was like, dude, she's so freaking hot, right? And I was getting really nervous. I was getting very anxious. And part of the reason was because I was in this mindset where I believed I was supposed to not show interest so she'd be attracted to me, and I went on some rants about that in the past. I'm not going to get into it now. But I used to get real nervous around her, dude. And even a little bit today, before I went up and handed her the box and talked to her, I was a little nervous. But I was like, it was so different today, though, before when I went up to talk to her. I found her real attractive. I said, I'm not going to try and change anything. I'm not going to try and activate this confidence factor in me. I'm not going to try and activate anything within me. I'm going to be nervous as shit, and that's okay. I understand that. But what matters right now is that is that I don't try and change that. I allow that authenticity to flow. I allow myself, I accept that in that moment, I am nervous. I am socially awkward. My voice might crack a couple times when I talk to her. I might come off as timid. And you know what? It may fucking ruin my chances. Who gives a shit? I mean, seriously. You know? Because here's where real confidence comes from. By you wanting to be confident, comes with that back cut, is you choosing to not be authentic. This sounds so weird, but I'm going somewhere with it. By you choosing that being socially awkward around a woman is bad for you, you are in a state now where you are trying to change who you actually are. You are denying who you actually are in that moment to be somebody else so that she'll be more attracted to you in the end. And in reality, what you're actually going to do is just push her away more, because she's not actually going to be physically attracted. She's not actually going to be attracted to that at all. She's going to smell out that you're putting on an act. She's going to find it inauthentic, and then it's actually going to push her away. Now, does it necessarily say that if you allow yourself to be socially awkward and nervous, she's going to find that attractive? Absolutely not. You know? Well, not absolutely not, but she may still find that unattractive. But there's so much more value and dignity and authenticity in you being real. You're awkward now. You probably don't have that much experience with women. You probably, the thing is that you have to allow yourself to experience what's happening in your body around a woman. You have to allow yourself to experience what is energetically happening. You need to stop trying to change shit for yourself. Stop trying to alter it. Stop trying to alter the mood. You go in there socially awkward and you still fucking talk to her. Because the more you do it, the ice is going to naturally break. Talk to the crushes. Be socially awkward around them. Who gives a shit? If more confident males come around, why are you comparing yourself? Allow yourself to be authentic. And if they're not attracted to that, that's fine. Move on. I understand how hard this can be, because you sound like a pretty young guy, and you really like these girls, and you want them to like you back. You want them to feel the same way about you that you feel about them, so you can have them. I'm going to offer you something, and this really changed my mindset. When I came to appreciation rather than possession, that's when it changed for me. When I realized that it was not important for me to have a woman in my life, that if a hot woman comes by, I don't have this desire to latch her and make her mine and have to have her attracted to me in order for me to feel like I did successful in that interaction. I don't have to do that. If anything, like I said earlier, when I was at the post office or when that woman drove by, when I saw them, my what came to mind was, damn, that's a beautiful woman right there. And then that was it. I allowed myself to experience what was going on. I allowed myself to experience maybe a heart kick, maybe just a doze off from reality for a second, a little high from that. Whatever happened in that moment, I appreciated it. I embraced it, and I loved it. But I did not need to have it. I did not need to latch onto the thing that made me feel good. And that is what allows me to confidently feel what I feel without having to change it. That's what allows me to be confidently authentic, who I am, what I am actually feeling in the moment, not what I should or shouldn't be feeling in the moment. That is how you go with social awkwardness in a fucking situation. You don't get rid of it, you go with it. You take a walk in the park with that shit. When that anxiety comes up, when those thoughts start to come up, when that nervousness, when those doubts, you remove all of it you don't remove it. You don't even try to remove it. You flow with it. Stop trying to make her interested in you and start learning to appreciate what you have on your hand. if she's interested, she'll show it to you. You won't have to fight for it, and you definitely won't have to try and be confident for her. If she's somebody for you, it'll happen. You know, she'll show that interest if she's attracted to you or not. It'll kick. She'll click. She might not show it right away, but it'll click in her. You know, this is what matters. I encourage you to start appreciating those crushes that you have. Instead of trying to change for them, start appreciating. Instead of trying to be somebody different, instead of having this desire that I have to be somebody else, start figuring out, how can I learn to just appreciate? And how can I learn to just flow with social anxiety? Here's the thing, that social awkwardness, confidence doesn't come. Confidence comes from embracing both the good things and the things you like about yourself and the things that you don't like about yourself. It comes from accepting it. The confidence is in accepting what is. Now, eventually, as you get older, you have more experience with women, you will start to become more confident. And this is the best part. That will be what is authentically happening in you. You feel confident around that woman. You feel confident. Or later on down the line, or you may still be, or you know, we're talking now, you're young, you see a woman walk by you and your heart skips a couple fucking beats. And you know what? You say, wow. You stop for a moment. You allow yourself to feel that shit. You look her in the eye. You allow yourself to experience whatever chemistry is happening for those few seconds that you're going to get to look at her. And she's walking off, and you're looking at that fine fucking body, and you say, damn. That felt good. I was happy to see that. I was happy to lock eyes with her. I was happy to have that short experience. Instead of, ooh, I need to go get her now. Or like, ooh, wait, how should I, you know, and then you start thinking, oh man, I shouldn't have looked at her. Oh man, now I shouldn't have shown interest. I shouldn't have validated her because now she's gonna think I'm interested and that's just gonna ruin interest. Or, you know what I mean? Like these stories we tell ourselves, we try all these tactics to pull to get women interested in us that come from an inauthentic fucking place. Let me tell you something, just be real, man. Just be real. That is gonna be the most valuable thing I can give you. Be real. Just be honest and real. Women will love it. And the right women love it. Be honest and real. You know? And eventually, you know, character traits, you will pick up character traits. Your character traits will change as you become an older person and you start to figure this out a little more. The most valuable thing I can tell you though, man, bro. Be real. Be real with these women. Do I have anything else I really need to say? I think I'm good. Yeah. Hold on, what is that? Yeah, man. Start embracing your social awkwardness. Accept it when it happens. All you need to do is start accepting the fact that it's going to happen. It's going to be like this for a little while. And it's okay. You're young. It is okay for you to experience that. Some women may not find it attractive. Who gives a shit? You don't need to have them. You are a high value male. You don't need to have those crushes. It's much, and I'll tell you this. Just learn to start appreciating what they make you feel. Learn to appreciate the feelings they put in your body. Am I still recording? Yeah, I'm still recording. Learn to appreciate it, and that is gonna be very fucking valuable to you, bro. I'm telling you. That's the best tip I can give you. Be willing to embrace that social awkwardness, accept it, love it, be okay with it when it comes up, and learn to move forward with that. Simple as that. That's the best thing I can tell you. Don't try and put on a persona. Don't change the way you act or the way that you actually feel in the moment, or, you know, make that sob attempt well, not stop, but making that attempt to change the way you actually feel in the moment just to get it more attractive. See, like when that woman drove by, I could have, you took me a couple months ago, I would have tried to change the way I looked in that moment. Maybe the way I postured myself, the way I stood, so that she'd see me as a more confident male. But I realized it doesn't actually matter. I could sit like this, I could sit like this. It doesn't really fucking matter at the end. If she doesn't find me attractive at all, it doesn't matter. But what matters is you being confident in the emotions you have at that moment. Be confident in the emotions that are in your body. Be confident in your social awkwardness. Be confident in your nervousness by accepting it, by embracing that. And then when you are socially awkward around those questions, when you are in the situation where you're socially awkward around somebody, it doesn't bother you as much. You know why? Because you embrace it fully. Because you allow yourself to experience it 100%. 100%. You take it on completely. And they see that while it's there, you're living in it. You're living in the present moment. Not what should or could or would or is. Or that. You're living in nothing but what is, the now. That's fucking power right there. Claim your power in the present moment with the emotion you are feeling at that moment. That is what I encourage you to do, my brother. You don't need to have these women, and you don't need them to be attracted to you. Okay, it's not that important. And if you do have that need, you need to be honest about why, and you need to start bringing yourself to a mind state of appreciation rather than possession. I hope that helps. I know I reiterated some points here and there, but I really just wanted to get that across to you. Hopefully the audio sounds really good on this, because if the wind caught it, this is going to suck. Bless up. Talk to you next time. I appreciate you guys. Let's get it.